Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're at the Yardley Farmers Market, and we're going to be doing a video on a little bit about setup, how to interact with customers, and just kind of go from there. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, again welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different again. We're going to take a trip out to the farmers market, which is, as you know, one of the most important aspects in running a microgreen business, and basically how to get your feet wet selling microgreens. Farmers markets, like I said before, it's the gateway to really running a successful microgreen business, because that's where you get the business out there. It's where you get your clientele, your home delivery clientele. I see chefs at the farmers market all the time. So again, it's really a gateway to really getting your business out there for sure. So in this video, like I said, we're going to take a trip out to the Yardley Farmers Market, which is in Yardley, Pennsylvania, all the way on the east side of Pennsylvania, right on the New Jersey border. It's a really nice, close-knit, kind of a ritzy community. People seem to be pretty knowledgeable about microgreens there from the last year that I was there. But every year at the start of the farmers market, I tend to see a lot of new people kind of wander their way into the farmers market, and you kind of gotta help educate and walk them through the process of what microgreens are, and what they're used for, the nutritional factor behind what microgreens can do for your health, and those types of things. So we try to do that, and we try to interact with new clients. And usually what we see is we see a trend that once we get the microgreens into somebody's hand for the very first time, they tend to always come back for more, which I think is speaks volume about our product. I probably have a customer return rate of well over 50%. It's probably much higher than that. I sell microgreens, and I tend to see people come back all the time. We get to know a lot of our clients very, very well. I see faces that I recognize all the time that are constantly coming back to us, which feels really good as a business owner, right? To kind of have those people that you really recognize, they recognize you, and they constantly come back for your product. It feels amazing, right? So today was a little bit of a rainy day out. The rain did kind of hold off. It kind of drizzled here and there. The sun also popped out of the clouds every once in a while, and we had to actually take our table that we were facing one direction and kind of completely face it another direction. With microgreens, you don't want the sun to beat down, and I say that's the number one thing you got to look out for is when you're with, when you have a lot of microgreens on the table, if the sun is out, it's kind of a no-no. Usually what we do is when we set up at the farmers market, when it's really nice out, spring, summertime, and it's hot, the sun's beating down, we have a really big Yeti cooler that we have. I think it's like, oh my goodness, I think it's like a 70 liter to 100 liter Yeti cooler. It's massive. I wound up finding it on Facebook Marketplace for a really good price. They usually go for about $1,200, and I know that's a lot for a cooler, but we found it on Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was about $800, right? And it's really fantastic cooler. We have a bunch of Yeti ice that goes on the bottom, and it stays cool for hours at the farmers market, which is why I really like it. And I can put all my microgreens in it. I don't have to carry multiple coolers and things like that. But if you can't afford something like that, or you're really just trying to pinch pennies because you're a brand new business, that's perfectly okay too. Use what's around the house. If you have a couple coolers around the house, or you want to go and buy a couple, cheap coolers, $20 coolers, buy 5 or 6 of them to hold your product. Again, that's perfectly fine. But make sure you do your research before going to the farmers market. I've actually been seeing people lately that are growing microgreens, and what's happening is they're going to the farmers market and they're buying all sorts of shelving, and don't get me wrong, it is gorgeous. It's the most beautiful setup, I've seen some of these people set up for microgreens. But then their response to me is, questions is, you know, what do I do? My microgreens, they're fogging up. They're not staying good on the table. Well, yeah, they're not going to stay good on the table. That is accurate. Again, if it's a little colder out, like today, I got really lucky because it was about a high of 50 degrees outside. And so I was actually able to keep my microgreens on the table, which I find I always have better sales when the microgreens are on the table. I've fiddled with everything, guys, from, you know, putting ice, you know, on a table, ice packs on a table, and keeping your greens on top of that, you know, kind of, you know, dug in ice, I guess you can say. I had big buckets of ice that were kind of in like trays, I guess you can say, and I kind of dug the microgreens in. None of it really worked really well. And for some reason, when that sun hits those clamshells kind of act like almost like a magnifying glass for those microgreens. And they go bad really fast from what I've noticed. So the other alternative would be to cut your microgreens at the market, which I've actually seen people do. And if that business model works for you, like have at it. That's awesome. I'm a little bit, I can't really do that here. Our farmers market doesn't allow food prep at the farmers market, and they consider to be cutting microgreens food prep. I know it's strange. I mean, it is, you know, technically like a vegetable or a crop, right? And we're just basically cutting it and putting it into a bag or container and giving it to somebody to go, right? But no sort of food prep at all at the farmers market. It has to be ready to go, grab and go. And some farmers markets are like that. And I think some state regulations are like that for farmers markets as well. Unless you have a food truck at the farmers market or something. Those are completely different. But as far as having a table, that's just the way they do it here. So, but anyways, yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna go ahead and I'll show you the setup. And don't, my setup is a little bit more. So I'm not like an interior designer, and you know, I'm not really good at designing the way things, you know, the prettiness of the farmers market. I've seen some really nice farmers markets. Again, setups are really beautiful. I'm a little bit more, how do you say? I'm a little bit more modern. So for me, it's basically just a really nice tablecloth, you know, a nice little iPad, a nice little felt board that says what we have, and a couple trays on the table, right? I don't really go overboard with my displays, or I'm not really good at drawing. I don't have one of those chalkboards that look beautiful that, you know, I can draw on. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. So you're gonna see my setup. It is what it is. You know, don't hold anything against me, but it does pretty well. So we're gonna go to the farmers market today. I believe we only did about 60 containers today for the farmers market. It is one of the first farmers markets of the year, and so people aren't quite getting out there. You know, you would think like, oh, it's the first farmers market, everybody's going to be there. Well, it takes a few weeks for people to start mingling back to the farmers market, you know, and kind of making their way back. So I find the first farmers markets of the season are actually a little bit slower. So I don't grow as much product. In a mid-season, I'll probably go about 100 containers, but this one I did about 60. So we'll see what it does. We'll interact with some customers so you can see how we talk to customers. And so forth. All right, so let's get to it. All right, guys. So today it's a bit wet outside, right? Got our hunter boots on. The rain's supposed to hold off until later this afternoon, but it is what it is with some of these farmers markets. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you get poured on. Sometimes it's a beautiful day outside. The weather it's right around like 50 degrees outside, so we really don't need to store our greens inside a cooler today. We can actually display on the table, which I find that the sales are much better when you display on the table, just because, you know, the product's out there for people to see. So that's what we're going to do today. Later on during the summer months, you're definitely going to have to worry about, you know, keeping your greens cool in the cooler. If you do have them out, they will start wilting. They'll start to actually fog up in the containers, and they just don't look really nice. As much as you want them out on the table, it's just not practical during the summer months. So Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and we'll set up our table a little bit better here and get ready for some customers to come through, right? So stay tuned. So here at Yardley, it's kind of a smaller, close-knit, quaint market. I really enjoy it. I probably have about a little over a dozen vendors here today. We're in eastern Pennsylvania, Yardley, Pennsylvania. We have all set up, ready to go. Don't forget your cash box as well. I got a cash box back here. I also have a little Bluetooth credit card reader. What we can do is we can turn the iPad around and take credit card sales right through like a Clover app or whatever you choose to use for your point of sale system. Other than that, I think we're just about ready to go. We're almost set up here. The market here starts around 9. It goes until about noon. So it's probably about 5-10 more minutes. We're going to see some people rolling through here. So hold tight. Just the one?
Yeah, just one of those.
Okay.
And cilantro.
And the cilantro is a really good choice.
Yeah, we love cilantro in our house.
This is the micro cilantro is so good. It's got such a really good, it's like a citrusy flavor that isn't sometimes regular cilantro is a little overbearing. Sometimes when you eat it, not this. Like it's delicious. You're gonna love it. So that's 13 for those two. Okay, there you go. Here's 7 back and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. How are you?
This week.
We got a nice, good selection this week. I kind of changed it up a little bit.
Basil. I want to do the basil.
Yeah, basil's so good.
It tastes like basil?
So this one's it's actually a lemon basil.
I love lemon basil.
So it actually has a little bit of that black licorice kind of feel to it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that lemon basil has. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
So.
I'll take one of them.
Oh, excellent. We'll do 5 for you.
You're so sweet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it. So. Hello, how are you? Sorry, just moving things around a little. We want. Yes, absolutely. That's 6. Those are great on sandwiches.
Yeah.
Great with fish. Yeah. Excellent. 18.
Actually, do you accept credit?
We sure do. Give me 1 second though. Let me grab it. Where is the iPad? Oh, there it is. Sorry, first time of the year, so we're like getting everything situated. You should be okay. Yeah, go ahead. The bottom one. Yep, there you go. Hold it for a second here. There you go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem at all. We need signature on the screen. We're
Just like getting.
yeah, you're the first one, so no problem. We're gonna wipe this down for. You want to get. So, enjoy. Good day. Hello, how are you? Broccoli?
Actually, I've changed my mind now.
It's such a big selection, right? I know.
I want the pea ones.
Yes, the pea are very good.
Okay.
Yes. 8 for the pea. They're a double, so.
Then I have to
Yes, absolutely, you can.
hands are getting full. Well, this is our last stop.
There's 12 back. Thank you. No problem at all. Bye. Happy Mother's Day.
Hi there.
Guten Tag. Anything that raises an eyebrow? It's a good choice.
Cilantro?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
That one.
It's definitely a favorite.
Okay, and I'll try a kohlrabi.
10 for you.
Oh, okay.
Because you are super special to us.
Oh, are you still doing Venmo?
I am. I sure am. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you very
Got
much.
it. No problem. Thank you. Enjoy.
Oh, most definitely.
That kohlrabi's really good. It's one of my favorites. That's actually one of the main things in the spicy salad mix. That's what kind of gives it that
Oh,
taste. I really like it a lot.
uh-huh.
So,
Sounds
But-
delicious.
of course.
I don't think I've gotten anything that I haven't enjoyed.
Really? Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem. Enjoy. Yeah, you too. Hello. How are you doing?
Do you have something mixed for?
I have a spicy salad mix, which is, to be honest, it's actually our most popular. It's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got some kohlrabi, it's got some broccoli, some, my goodness, kohlrabi.
Pretty much like what you see here.
Yeah, like almost everything mixed in one.
Like that.
Yeah, that's 6. I promise you, you'll like that.
Do you
It's
need a
really good.
bag? I think so.
Yeah.
Bag looks small.
Oh, give me a second. A little bit.
And this is the reason I'm here.
See?
See? See?
Well, you have a nice selection. You got here early enough that we haven't sold out yet. We usually sold out about
What's your favorite?
11. My favorite? So the cabbage is one of my favorite. It doesn't taste like cabbage. It's super crunchy.
Okay.
And mustard's another one of my favorite because it goes on like everything, and I love putting it on my sandwiches. So
This would be in a salad.
the salad.
Is that real spicy?
The spicy mix is great for that. This is actually like a super fan favorite. Everybody, this has everything in it.
let's
Like,
try that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's 6. There you go. We're fine.
How much?
6.
Are you here every week now?
We sure are. No, every other week for right now. Yeah, but our greens
Now
last.
they're gonna have to figure that one out.
Don't even worry though, because our I'm telling you, our greens, they will last 2 to 3 weeks easily.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They unlike when you buy some lettuce or something like that in the grocery store, you come
Okay.
home and you have to use it in a week. These will stay good.
Okay.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
oh. Do you have a single? I'll give you some 5s. There you go. Thank you. There you go.
Great, thank you so
No
much.
problem. Thank you. Enjoy. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
I think we'll have some peas.
Yes.
6 and mustard maybe.
Mustard goes awesome on a sandwich.
Yeah,
Like
great.
phenomenal.
Let's take one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the pea. Yeah, I
The
think
pea it is?
that should go in salad too, right?
Yes, the pea goes great in salad. I also like blanching it a little bit with pasta. It goes really good with it.
Okay.
14 for the 2 of those. You got it? Excellent, thank you. 1 second. Here is 6 back for you, good sir. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Microgreens from like everything.
I have so many different varieties. We're doing pretty good today
Is
too.
it just like when they're first coming up?
So yeah, exactly, right. So what we're doing is we're only growing them for roughly around 10 days total, from start to finish, right? Yeah. And what that does too is it compacts down all those nutrients down to just that one stalk. And when we're cutting by the thousands, right? So for instance, like broccoli itself is like 40 times more nutritious than its adult, which is kind of nuts.
I
So
always start my dinner out every night with a salad. It's
Yeah.
gotta be some kind of a salad.
yeah, that's what's kind of great about them. Is you kind of really mix them. I tell people like treat them like salt and pepper. Like whatever you put salt and pepper on, you put microgreens on, right? Same theory. So Plus, they look awesome when you cook. You just look like a real professional chef. So, the taste, the look, the nutrients. I mean, it's kind of, you know, triple threat, I guess.
Spicy salad.
Yeah, that's one of our most popular. That's why we only have 2 left.
Okay, well, then I'll tell you what, instead, because I'll leave that for somebody else.
Oh, you sure? Oh, you're a sweetheart.
I'll do one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Greens.
Yes.
And I'm just going to put it in with my bag.
No problem at all. Yes.
And how
The
much would you
peas are 8. Yes.
like to have singles?
No problem. You have exact change, don't you?
I got
Almost.
having change back here. Not a dollar's worth, so I'm going
If not-
to give you 10.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm low on 5, so it works out. All right.
Thanks again.
All right. You got them right in your bag, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Take them. All right. Let me know what you think next time. I'll see you. Look at you. Yeah, I know. We are every other week still.
Oh, every other week?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. So it'll be every other week from this week forward.
Awesome.
Yeah, but we're here this week.
Here this week, exactly. And I so meant to sign up with you guys over the summer and
It's
or
okay.
winter, and
Yeah, no, it's okay.
here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. All right, what you got? What you got? I definitely want
There you go.
a broccoli.
You're stocking up.
I know that's your most popular, isn't it?
Yeah, it's well, the broccoli is the most. I actually had this one filled. Yeah, we had a lot of it, and we're down to pretty much
Already?
one already, right? So.
That's awesome. Good for you guys.
Everything, we've actually had a really good selection of everything. We're pretty much down. Like this was piled pretty high on almost
Was it?
everything, yeah. So, yeah. Kiddos have grown since last year already. My
Yes,
goodness.
that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Wow, it looks like the radish is much more nutrient dense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you not lean on the
Oh,
table?
Fallon,
Yeah.
Fallon,
I
don't
don't
lean.
want her to get
Don't
hurt.
lean.
Yeah.
No, it's kids. No. So I'm gonna grab these two.
Okay, sure. That's the 12.
What's the camera for?
All right, so that was pretty much the farmers market. You know, I hope you enjoyed. You know, I tried to, you know, just get some clips of customers coming up, some of the things you might say to them. Just kept it really casual. It was really hard to kind of hear the customer, so I apologize about that. It's really hard to kind of get a mic that can kind of pick up everybody at the table there. But hopefully you can kind of figure out what was going on by my dialogue with my microphone on me. We wound up doing, like I said, we brought about 60 containers. We wound up selling, I believe it was about 54 containers. So we only came home with about 6 extra containers. I think we wind up doing close to about $300 in sales, which is actually really good for the first farmers market of the year, considering that we had limited containers. You know, later on, when we start getting close to 100 containers, we'll probably come close to about $500 to $600 in one weekend and one day. And the farmers market is only about 3 hours long, right? So I mean, it's pretty decent. I like the fact that the farmers market is of a short period of time, because the customers are kind of condensed down into the time frame, as opposed to a really long farmers market. You kind of have people wandering in and out for an 8-hour period of time, and it's a little exhausting, you know, because you know, a smaller window really gets those clients to really come in, and it denses them down a little bit more. So it makes it a little bit easier of a day for you. So you still have all of Saturday afternoon to do what you want to do right after the market. So, but you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, if you have any questions, put them below in the comment box. And hopefully next week we'll get to some grows. It's been a small while. So we'll see you soon. Hello everyone, Peter here from Princeton Microgreens. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Also, if you have any ideas, suggestions, or questions, feel free to leave them below in the comment box. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.